Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Torchlight. Let's continue. So we beat the boss and we're in the next area. This has put us in a weird position because it feels like we may very well be at floor 21 here. We may actually be closer to the end than I thought we would be. I thought this was going to be a level 50 floors game. Meanwhile, it seems like it very possibly isn't that. Like, we're in this dwarven prison area that is kind of Diablo-esque, hell type locations. We've got new enemies, which is good because it was getting frankly annoying. To see the same characters over and over again, which is weird because the first collection of couple of areas weren't used enough. Alright, so purchase treasure hunter with our first bit of fame, and then the next one would require level 26, and I don't think we can afford to purchase beam golem right now, so that would be something we would like to do. If we are in this position where we're going to need to double fame for the next 4 levels to get barter up and treasure hunter up, and then at some point I want to start putting things in the beam golem too, that's going to be weird. I don't know if we're going to make it to Ember Strike, and almost certainly we're not going to make it to Ember Sentry. But summoning a beam golem is good enough. And dexterity is just our main focus. We're going to keep on trying to put dexterity up to, I guess, 100. And see if it can even go above 100. I wouldn't be surprised if there's absolutely no limit to any of this. I'm also using the zombie spell every time I can to just try and see if that will level up, and I question whether I will use it enough to ever see it to level up. And understanding the level up or the ranks of a zombie summon zombies too is something I really would like to do, because it's definitely not something I understood in the first time I played this game, and this game doesn't have enough content in it to really allow for there to be any questionableness or weirdness as far as how the systems work. You should be able to figure all of that out if you're paying attention. I feel like in Diablo you could figure out what spells did or how the ranking systems work. This area is much more vertical and inorganic in its construction, whereas the previous area was extremely organic. That being said, I don't know if switching between inorganic and organic is the only thing they should have done. They've basically just reskinned a previous section that had a lot of tower-like designs. The statues are new.
You have sprung a trap.
It does kind of feel like they didn't have enough level designers, for lack of a better term, and were working on a system which by modern standards is solely inefficient. Like 10 years down the line, having so few Lego pieces to put together to create different levels is weird. Will fire hurt me if I stand here? Yes, it will. But only by about 1/8 of my health, so not anything significant enough to concern myself with. Almost feels like we're gonna do a boss fight on floor 21. That would be weird. And then this is the first instance we've had of blowing a horn and shifting a area. We've had some gates that have opened, but that's been it. I'm still mostly one hit killing these characters. I'm still doing a lot of inventory stuff. Every time I summon zombies, the previous group of zombies I summoned disappear, which is believable. I'm already back to full health, even though I snooped in the fire. And here's a troll juggernaut. And see, he was supposed to be a challenge, and none of the bosses have really been challenging on easy, which is fair. To be fair, my own fault. Like
my pack is full.
That was what I wanted, was a lot less frustration or death. But it really wouldn't add anything to this game if I was dying a lot and then having to try and recover things or do corpse runs, or I don't even know how this would really handle any of that stuff. Alright, so we have a bone sash, which would not do as much as the berserk cord, unfortunately. Doesn't increase spells. It does increase magic found, but I don't think I can justify doing something just because it's a rare legendary type item. We're kind of running into weapons that are hitting a hard limiter of 250. So I don't know if on the first gameplay certain weapons can only go up to 250 and that is that, or if there's some other factor that is playing a part in this. We have increased gold find for double the armor instead of Gorgon boots. No, I don't think so. And yeah, we're starting to see a lot more gems drop too. But I'm running into problems where I'm not one-hit killing enemies, and I would like to be one-hit killing enemies. So running around and doubling my damage would be ideal, but I don't know how I'm gonna actually accomplish that unless I just save up enough gold to try to gamble for a new weapon, which I'm not sure I would get. We're not seeing a drop that's significantly better than the weapon I got, and gambling for other things probably would make more sense. I missed a lot of items there. I feel like I've been trying to find all the items, but I wouldn't be surprised if I actually am missing quite a few of them. Meanwhile, over here, there's a mana potion. This game drops way too many mana potions and health potions. That's a hard complaint to really make, though, because, you know, regardless of whether that's the case or not, that would be very helpful at more difficult points. Apparently I completed a quest and they decided to put the salesman right in front of the fire, so I've got to be a little careful here. Alright, let's see. this, 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 and this, and this. My barter skills should improve things. This would require magic 27. So sell that. This is increased experience gain. This ring is better than this ring. So if I destroy this ring and try and enchant it, that makes sense. This unique wand has a slower attack speed and would require more magic. So I'm really out of my depth as far as actually being a mage too. So yeah. I'm gonna hold on to this ring and hold on to these potions. Unfortunately, you can't really transmute anything. This would require level 6. It would probably be an amazingly good piece of equipment to have if you were to play a new character. But I don't know. Like, how much of that should I hold on to? Should there be a at level 6 you can put this on? That would still be many levels of just playing the game with the default armor in a new game plus scenario. Now I'm gonna keep a sharp eye out as far as anything that goes above 250. We've got a shotgun here. We've got a gun that does 305. But yeah, we're not going much more than 305. Do these salesmen perhaps have unique items for sale throughout the game? That would be interesting, but that would be something also that I would have missed, for that we've seen 2 other salesmen. Right. So I'm not in a good position, although it feels like we're gonna go and do a boss fight anyways. So.
A trap has been sprung.
Is there anything over here, or does this just kind of end? Yeah, there's more over there. So we'll take on another group of people. Get some more gold. Did we get everything? There's a lot of things there that are glowing like gold, but are just the corpses of enemies. This being a dwarven fortress, I guess the idea would make a lot of sense that this is a gold rich area. Which that's an intriguing idea, certainly, but I don't have a lot that I can spend the money on. Either gamble with enchantments or gamble with the gambler to get items, unique items that are really good. And I don't think that there's any stat here or that would increase my gambling skill or my odds. That would be a cool move if halfway through the game you got a unique item, every character did, that increased your gambling odds by a lot. feel like the horns turning areas are going to get annoying relatively fast. The guy moves fast. These guys have become kind of pushovers. We've done the right job with the armor. They can't hurt me. This is a little too indoors. And that's a problem for any kind of Diablo-esque third-person, like isometric perspective game like this, is that you're going to have a little bit of struggle to have environments that are outdoors and indoors. And certainly things like StarCraft did it worse, where sometimes there was just a level inside, and you'd start inside these big buildings and you'd end inside these big buildings, and then most of the game is done outside. The town portal scroll drops have decreased, which is nice, because that could have been incredibly frustrating if we were getting hundreds of town portal scrolls. I feel like speedrunning, I've seen speedruns where
I'm overburdened.
Where Diablo 1 was run and they were kind of constantly out of that stuff. I'm gonna have to do more menu hero if I'm gonna hold on to this sash and all these gems. It's weird. It definitely is weird, because we feel like we're kind of at the end. Like, it's definitely giving me that feeling where there's not a lot further to go as far as seeing new enemies. There's not a lot further to go as far as leveling up. What we see is what we get, and that is just going to be that. It's not like these things infinitely respawn enemies, so there's a little bit less grinding that you could do. The trolls are big and slow, and that makes them easy to kill while going around. The map is getting more convoluted and complicated. Did we get everything? And still waiting to see when I'm gonna rank up for summoning zombies. It feels like you would constantly have to.
I'm overburdened.
Have to use things. Alright, my pack is full. My pack is full. Let's pay attention to what's actually being said. Right here, and here, and here. Here, we're gonna have to fast travel back to the town. It's not making a lot of sense not to. Those boots are 12 compared to what I have are 7. And then an increased movement speed would be way better. And that would be the one thing I would want, but I don't think that's ever gonna happen. So you are done.
Your pet has departed.
While you're dealing with all of that, let's see if we can pick up everything in this area that is rather generously dropping things. That's super annoying, yeah, because I don't know what I just clicked on to get that, but whatever. Basically, the second you have an area that is nice and big and full of things to pick up, you're overburdened, and you're back to this this situation where it's just like, okay, well.
Your pet has returned.
And he sold all of that for $13.54, which could be considerably less than what it would have been if I had gone back to the store and sold things. But I think we're gonna have to do that because we are just so full of stuff. Definitely not that. Chains, shoes of protection would be a little bit more damage. Should be increased magic find without the experience, so that isn't as good. That's nothing, that's nothing. Fastest attack speed at 298. Piercing volley gun of lightning. We can equip this and we can try it out. I swear there's something here. It wouldn't have been saying my pack is full if there wasn't an item on the floor somewhere for me to pick up. And it wouldn't automatically pick it up. Jeez, do things just disappear? That'd be the first indication of anything like that for me. So a little bit faster gun with some enchantments versus the bow. See if we can get it socketed. See if we can get it enchanted as much as we would like it to be. And we might have a changer, which this is definitely what we needed. It looks like we're actually kind of quickly gonna be done with this level. Wonder if maybe the zombies need to actually do damage to level up. That would be weird, to say the least, but I wouldn't be super surprised if that was the case. And the fact that the spell ranking system still just doesn't make sense to me is a problem here. Did we get over there? I think we did. This brazier, by the way, is just anatomically impossible. Basically, the only way that would work is if it was a slightly sticky fabric that was just hanging up, hanging on to her bazoom and not actually providing any real support, and then all of the part under her bust would have to be
my inventory is full.
Would have to be the holding everything up. I think we've just got barely enough room to finish this, and then we'll town portal back to the location. Yeah, the fact that you can't transmute on the fly and that this is way better. Like, but it needs 35 strength. I'm gonna hold on to it definitely though. 34 chest armor. Not ready to do that. Not that one either. Not that. Okay. Let's make sure we picked up everything. Did we get everything? Alright. And where are we on this? We'll get more barter now. Next time we get a fame increase, we'll get our adventuring as far as increasing gold find and magic find. And let's see, where were we? Inventory. Dragon scale would require strength of 35. There's no way we're going to get to a strength of 35. Like, I could try, but I don't think it's gonna happen. It would require the next level to get it to 23, the next level to give it to 28, the next level after that to get it to 33, and the next level after that. So the next 4 levels would have to be solely focused on increasing that element. Meanwhile, maybe I should get my magic up to 30. No, I think we're just dumping everything in dexterity and hoping that that is right. Town portal we go. Yeah. She would not be able to bend over or breathe or anything in that kind of costume. But yeah, whatever. It's not even artistically very interesting. In fairness, too, it's a simplified, slightly lewd concept without really going too far. This definitely still feels like a game designed to be sold in China, and China's policy against skeletons isn't their only censorship policy. They also have a policy about things being moderately family friendly. What is this? 540 with a slow attack speed. So there is spells out there. There are weapons that would start going in the next direction. Let's see, we're looking for anything that would be part of a set. And I think the sets are really just names. Unlike in... If there's anything like Diablo that works this way, I don't think there is. But where you have to have multiple things of the same name. Even if there is something like that in Diablo, I don't feel like this system where the same item can be used with just a higher level to it makes a lot of sense. I guess Borderlands 1 maybe had a similar system where you'd have a named item. I'm gonna see about this coat. It's armor 34. Can we enchant it? Let's see. Right. That's all I even have to sell. So we have this bone sash that I was saying would be useful at level 6 for a new player, and then you have these dragon scale sabatons. So dragon scale sabatons, not to be confused with dragon slayer sabatons. I would need something that would increase my strength a lot. Otherwise, I don't think I can use this. Even though I do have the dragon scale mantle. Yeah. So let's look at our character sheet. Strength is enhanced to 18. Yeah, it's just never gonna happen. It really isn't.
Hi there. Good luck to you.
Meanwhile, what do we need for everything? We've got so many things we need to try and enchant and merge. Cracked eyeball. Do we have a cracked eyeball? I don't think we do. Cracked flow ember. We do have a cracked flow ember, which will probably merge with that. Cracked cold ember. We do have a cracked coal ember, which will probably merge with that. Polished fire ember. I don't think we have anything that would work with that, so I'm going to move that over there. Cracked life ember. We don't have anything that merges with that. Cracked flow ember, cracked flow ember. We're just getting more and more as we go along. Try some more cracked flow ember. Also have the dull core ember and this and a whole bunch of health. Let's see. Cracked eyeball. We do have a cracked eyeball. So we've got so much transmuting to do.
Hello.
This is odd, to say the least. Cracked plus cracked transmutes into dull, and dull and cold don't work together. Cracked and cracked equals dull. Do we have any dull yet? No, but we do have a cracked and a cracked. So cracked and cracked should be dull, dull and dull should be flow. It doesn't work. Discolored. Cracked and cracked.
Fortune is kind to you.
Dull. Dull merges to
Fortune
discolored.
smiles on you.
Discolored merges
Fortune
to
is
flow.
kind to you.
Flow. Transmutes into cut. Let's see. Cracked eyeball with discolored eyeballs, not right.
Fortune smiles on you.
Dull eyeball and dull eyeball equals discolored. Discolored and discolored.
Fortune
We just have regular eyeball. So magic stolen, mana stolen per hit. Actually a pretty useful item to have on a weapon, because if your weapon is stealing mana from something that's casting spells, it all of a sudden can't cast spells on you anymore.
is kind to you.
Recovery per second on or strength, which +4 on strength would not be bad at all.
Take care now.
Hello. We got this quest done. And we've got a new quest on level 23.
Gained a task.
Hi there.
Cracked cold ember and cracked here. Where have we made any progress on summoning zombies? Doesn't seem like we have. Let's see. And does this have a frost level 6? So I assume these things go very, very far. A heal all level 4 versus a heal all level 2. I'd like to give that to the dog, but I don't have enough money at all to do that. And I'm not sure the dog would move fast enough to heal things, even if I tried to do that. So we'll go ahead and sell that. And we take this. This is doing 298 compared to 250. And it has one socket.
Bye.
Right. With a discolored core ember, we still have some work to do there. We also have a skull. Would probably be fine. And then putting just more damage probably would be nice. And dexterity, I don't think I want dexterity. The swift chaos gem is probably not too bad of an idea too. And then bring back all of this stuff. And let's see. Quest wise, everything else is incomplete.
Oh, hello.
Cracked cold ember. That's another cracked cold ember.
Fortune is kind to you.
Dull and dull.
Fortune is kind to you.
Discolored and cold. Discolored core ember with a discolored core ember.
Fortune is kind to you.
Strength bonus on armor and trinkets. So, skull. Let's go ahead and start doing this, and this, and this, and see how many that transmutes at once.
Kind to you.
Just one. So, unfortunately,
Kind to you.
it doesn't speed up the process if you put multiples in your pile.
Fortune is kind to you. Fortune is kind to you.
Yeah, I don't know the reason that this isn't a faster experience.
Fortune is kind to you. Fortune smiles on you. Fortune smiles on you.
Okay. One more of these,
Fortune is kind to you.
and then start using these.
Fortune smiles on you. Fortune smiles on you. Fortune is kind to you.
I don't have enough money
Fortune is kind.
for doing what I want to do, unfortunately.
Fortune is kind to you.
Which is, I wanted to continue down the lane here of the enchanting the lucky gold ring, and I don't think that's gonna really work because I just am not financially stable enough for that. Instead, I would have to have, like, okay, this item won't work. I'm not gonna be able to enchant that enough. This swift chaos gem with faster attack. Let's cracked pure ember with extra armor and damage is probably not what we want to use. So we have a skull, we have an eyeball, we could probably socket in some things. We've probably got several things that are socketable. That lamppost is in the absolute wrong place. So, with increased experience gain, we're going to try and increase this a lot. 5 times. 1.
Fortune is kind to you.
And
Alright. Anything you need.
2.
Fortune smiles on you.
Alright.
And I kind of wish this would just not do anything if it fails a lot more often. 3.
Fortune is kind to
Farewell. Hello there.
4.
you. Fortune smiles on you.
Farewell. What can I do for you?
So, 5 is like the maximum you want to do. 10% chance that this is gonna disenchant. 5.
Fortune frowns on you.
But
Farewell.
only nothing
What
happened.
Can I do for you?
So did I just enchant things 5 times, or do I have to successfully enchant things 5 times?
Fortune
Well, we did it.
smiles on you.
Shoo! Off with you.
Okay. So what do we put in this? Armor and trinkets would be a magic bonus. Defense of 5. Okay. And strength of 5. And we'll put that here to get rid of that. And then I think what we'll do is come over here and get our gems back.
Got some good deals for you.
Destroy to give me the gems back. Yeah, I think that's fine.
Waste time.
Oh no, oops. That's not what I meant to do at all. Well, I just destroyed 2 gems.
Anything you need. Farewell.
What can I do
Okay,
for you?
sell this ring. And this armor now.
Bye.
That's the
Can I
question
do-
is, can I get this armor to enchant like 5 times? No, because I have no money.
Shoo! Off with you.
So,
What can I do for you?
yeah. I think there's no reason to hold on to that. Then the next thing to do would be to think about what has sockets and what doesn't. This is electric damage plus 11 armor degradation. I could do ice damage and slow things down. I could do electric damage, which I'm already doing. I could do just more damage in general. This is socketed, so 4% more armor would make sense. But a swifter attack and cast speed would also make sense too. Swifter attack speed, I think, makes a lot of sense there. And mana stolen per hit in a weapon. Interesting move. We'll do it. Now this has an item that I guess we're ready to get rid of that weapon.
See ya. The evil below.
There's just so much management here going on. It's all just too much. Cold Ember. Just call it Cold Ember. Cut Flow Ember. Cracked Pure Ember. Cut Core Ember. This ring, I think, is probably not useful. At this level. So I was supposed to go
Good deals.
here to recover the gem.
Waste time.
And that gives me a discolored core ember. So major improvements were made, yeah. Meanwhile, this guy has a new quest for us,
Hi there.
and he'll give us transmute gloves, which are way better than what we've got, so let's accept that
You
quest.
have gained a task.
Are we good on inventory? Because that's kind of the only thing that matters. Let's go. So, Derelict Prison 1 looks a lot like the area we were just in. Perhaps a exact copy-paste. 1 second, I'm going to drink some water. So, yeah, that's disappointing to say the least. That you would start in the exact same area. Most players, I think, are getting forced to go back to the city as often as I am. These guys are moving fast. But so they almost certainly would have gotten this same quest. I don't think this is randomly generated or anything. I don't think even the areas are guaranteed to be randomly generated. We've got a named character that's taken a decent amount of hits. In fact, that's the first time I've run into anybody that's really taking a lot of hits. So I don't know if I'm in an area where people are way stronger, or if I've done something terrible and don't realize it somehow, that I, by changing the bow, reduced my attack speed. Let's just keep on going. They're getting hit with lightning damage, I believe, and they're dropping unreasonably large amounts of items. Which this is the experience I would want. Like, I totally would want this all the time. Just a constant, I can one-hit kill these people. Although I'm actually 3-hit killing them, which my goal was to get a stronger weapon that would actually do less damage. And we've kind of totally missed the hidden sections that were in previous sections. Like that's totally gone now. Hidden secret walls and areas. There's a goblin that throws grenades in these areas. We've got an area that I'm trying to run through that's barely even connected. It's not looping back to itself. So I'm gonna have to run back. I think, yeah. Unless this whole area is a secondary section, which it might be. If I'm at level 26 and it's taking this much effort to kill level 25 enemies, I kind of wonder what I was fighting before. This troll's barely getting anything. Any damage done to him. But he's not hurting me either, so my armor is still in place. I like this gameplay, or perhaps I should say I don't hate this gameplay, but it does just have that nostalgic feel of Diablo. Like if I had never played Diablo 1 or 2 in my youth, I would probably feel like this is an incredibly boring, repetitive game. There's just a ton of clicking, a ton of repetitive action, a ton of loot management that I don't think was in Diablo 1 really. I think you manage your loot way better in Diablo 1 and 2. But you're also in this weird position where there's kind of nothing specifically for this game that you can drop and just leave on the ground.
My inventory is full.
Like, your inventory is small and you have to hold it on everything if you want to get into the point where you can start gambling and enchanting items, which is what really needs to happen. So we have a 258 weapon. Let's see, I'm hitting tab instead of shift. That's why that's not working. 12 boots. 17. Like, maybe enchanting the boots is a smart move. You're in this weird position where you kind of either keep on holding on to the Gorgon boots or you do something different with it. 350 at an average attack speed. It's not a terrible thought, so I'm gonna hold on to this weapon and just not use it. That's no good. That's no good. Lucky Platinum Ring that does just 1% experience gain and 1% magic find. We're up to platinum level items, clearly, but that doesn't mean anything. Alright, 58 armor, 2 sockets. That's a consideration. That's something I should think about. It really would boil down to, could I enchant this, and do I have enough money to enchant things at all, or am I constantly going to be in this scenario where I need to I don't think I've ever seen any crude clubs before this. That feels like that was dropped by some named character and was something that should have been collectible a lot earlier. Still just casting the zombie summon spells to see if I can rank it up. It honestly feels like it's a system that is just broken. It just does not work at all. Alright. It's weird that in the storyline they said that all the people in the jail had long since turned to dust. Well then, who are all these enemies? Are these all from the main bad guy? Has he corrupted and summoned all of these demons? I guess that was the idea in Diablo, is that everybody you saw was either corrupted or summoned either by somebody directly corrupted or summoned by Diablo or by Diablo himself. I guess that was the idea. But then also you got a feeling that the area you were in was just for a long time now had been overrun by evil forces. I am taking too much damage, I guess. Need to be a little bit more careful. Like every time I shoot something, I am getting health back. It's not a significant enough amount though to counterbalance the damage I'm potentially taking. And you don't get a warning. Like, it really would make sense if there was just a sound effect of some sort to indicate that you're at half health. So just like a grunt of pain is all you would need at half health, and then saying directly that you're low on health when you're at a quarter health or so would be helpful. It doesn't seem like there was anything in these jail cells, and we'll see how many jail cells we run into. Just keep on keeping on. I'm running out of things to say. It's the same grinding. It is interesting, certainly, to see them introduce a grenade launching enemy in a Diablo game or anything. Like, you barely even ran into enemies that would hit you from any kind of distance that were like archers or anything. You'd get wisps and magic users that would attack you from a distance a little bit in Diablo, but nothing that was super fast in its attack bolt speed, I guess. So it was pretty easy to dodge getting hit by a magical wisp or item, where this is proving to be at least somewhat of a challenge to get out of the way of exploding grenades, but then it doesn't seem like the grenades really do as much damage as you would expect them to, being grenades. Let's see. I think that's maybe a suicide bomber enemy. These summon zombies actually do help. They're not useless as a spell, but it feels like you would have to play the game 3 or 4 times before you get a summon zombies 10 and potentially rank it up enough. One has to assume you don't pick up spells that are below your level. Let's find everything that named character dropped. Am I going the right way or am I going the wrong way? Because this seems like it's just going on and on. I have a hard time believing that this is all going to curve back on itself. Shrine of Mana. Something I don't use at all. Thought maybe that would be an enchantment shrine. That would be nice. You can see the explosions there. Don't have any friendly fire that hurt their enemies.
I'm overburdened.
It feels like the trolls are, this area in particular is trying to work its way around so that you are fighting slightly bigger characters and more dangerous characters instead of fighting smaller, larger groups of weaker characters. Which, there might be some smart moves there. This one, this one. Let's see, that we don't want. That we don't want. 312. What do we have right now? 352. So we'll sell that. Sell that. Sell that. Sell that. Sell
I can't carry
that.
anymore.
Alright. So send him
Your
off
pet has departed.
to sell things. Meanwhile, we'll make sure we've picked up everything we can find in this area. Is this area somewhere we've been before? I think so, yeah. Yeah, we're going in circles. So we can walk a little bit over here. And I do believe our next location will be down this way.
Your pet has returned.
2021 gold. So let's see his inventory now. Well, more and more we're running into this problem where this epic would not increase experience. We're running into this problem where we're having a lot of cracked gems and embers and elements that require more focus than what I've got. And do that right at all. So we have 2 extra. We're picking up super health potions, which we have 236 maximum mana. This gives you 134 mana. So actually, the mana potions could be a lot higher if necessary. The giant health potions give 1600 health. I have 1225 health. So we are so far ahead on potions, it's ridiculous. This epic leather helmet. Did I switch my leather helmet at some point? What did I do? I think I accidentally got rid of a helmet. Or it broke or something. There it is, attentive helmet with extra experience. Well, that would have sucked to lose an item like that just because of being unattentive, considering it's called the attentive scale cap. So where are we now? Character sheet. We are not as far as I would like to be towards level 27. We're fighting level 25 in this portal characters. We are somewhat close to getting some more fame. More fame means we could increase our golden magic find, which would just increase our items more and more, which is exactly what we want. And then at level 27 we could increase our barter some more, but we could also increase our treasure hunter, and I think we'd focus on treasure hunter. Unless we start getting a lot more fame, this isn't really going to work. We're still at rank 1, summon zombies 1, and I've been trying to summon zombies as much as possible, and it's still not doing anything. We're still, I think, mostly trying to increase our strength. If maybe I could get it up to 35, I believe that's what it needs to be, then it would start to make more sense. Maybe strength also affects your maximum health pool or your maximum mana pool, but I imagine it probably doesn't have too much of that. On the other hand, I still feel like we probably should be increasing our dexterity. This is doing 276, whereas our item should be doing 298. So it does seem like our dexterity is not high enough to even do the maximum amount of damage that is possible. So yeah, that makes sense that it needs to be upgraded. Skills wise, there's kind of nothing else, and it is just kind of more of the same in a different area, with these extra quests that frankly feel like a level of DLC add-on quests that were just thrown into the game because they were already done or half done. Whereas honestly, if these side portal quests weren't here, it probably would save us a couple hours over the totality of the game, and then that probably would save us a lot less grinding. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me even further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.